Hi, it's Jo Karen Hudson. I'm going to be working with you today on section 4.2. We're going to be working with geometric formulas, starting off with the formula for a rectangle. A rectangle actually has a width and a length. It actually has two lengths and two widths. And to find the area of a rectangle, we will multiply the length times the width. When we're looking for the perimeter of a rectangle, we're going all the way around. We have two lengths and two widths, so we will need to add all the way around. We'll need to add both of the lengths and both of the widths together. Perimeter is equal to twice the length plus twice the width. Triangles. Triangles have a base and a height. The formula for the area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 the base times the height, or I could say that the area of a triangle is the base times the height divided by 2. When I'm trying to find the perimeter of a triangle, I'm going all the way around. So I will need to add all three sides together. The perimeter is A plus B plus C. Now in working with circles, circles have a radius that goes through the center of the circle. Let me make that look, that doesn't quite look like the center, but it's supposed to be. The formula for area is equal to pi times the radius squared. Now sometimes we'll use pi to equal to 3.14 rounded off, and sometimes we just leave pi in the answer. The circumference of a circle, when you're looking for the circumference, you're going all the way around the circle. The formula for the circumference of a circle is 2 pi times the radius. Diameter is the line segment that goes through the center of the circle. The diameter is the whole distance. The radius is half the distance. So we define the diameter as twice the radius. Some other formulas that we will use in intermediate algebra. Distance is equal to rate times time. Simple interest is equal to principal times rate times time. And temperature, we use this one in physical science a lot of times. Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 centigrade plus 32. Find the value of the unknown variable. Example 1. Area is equal to 1/2 the base times the height. This is actually the formula for the area of a triangle. There are three variables, area, base, and height, and we're given the information on two of them, so the third one will be easy to find. Area is equal to 1/2 times 8/1 times 3/1. Now, I can either multiply all three numerators together and all three denominators, or I can reduce it before I start. I think I'll reduce it before I start. 2 goes into itself once, and 2 goes into 8 4 times, and then multiply. The area is equal to 1 times 4, which is 4, and 4 times 3, which is 12. And when I do the denominators, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, so the area is 12/1, which is equal to 12. Example 2. Interest is equal to PRT. Now here on my interest formula, there are 4 variables, and I'm given 3 of them. I'm given the interest, I'm given the principal, and I'm given the rate. So interest is equal to P times R times T. So I is 10, P is 30, R is 0.30 times T. So I'll have 10 is equal to 30 times 0.30 is 9, so I have 10 is equal to 9t. And if I divide both sides by 9, I'll have 10 over 9 is equal to t. Now we're going to get some facts about angles. When two lines cross each other, opposite angles, which are also called vertical angles, have the same measure. Two lines cross each other, the vertical angles formed have the same measure. In other words, this angle is equal to this angle, these two big angles are equal to each other. The opposite angles formed. Complementary angles are two angles whose sum is 90. When you have two complementary angles, they form a right angle. You can call one of them x and the other one 90 minus x. Supplementary angles are two angles whose sum is 180. A straight line is 180 degrees. So if you have two angles, one of them will be called x, the other one will be called 180 minus x. Solve the following problem. Example 1. Find the measure of each marked angle. There are two angles that are marked. One of them is 2x plus 4, and the other one is 3x minus 2. These are vertical angles, or they're opposite angles, and we know that opposite angles are equal, so that we can say 2x plus 4 is equal to 3x minus 2. And then if we subtract 2x from both sides, we'll have 4 is equal to x minus 2. And if I add 2 to both sides, I will have 6 is equal to x. Now, that is not what the problem asks for. The problem asks for the measure of each marked angle. So if I want to find the measure of the angle labeled 2x plus 4, I'm going to substitute in the 6 where the x is, and I'll have 2 times 6 plus 4, which would be 12 plus 4, which would be 16. And then I'll have 3x minus 2, and I'm going to substitute in 6 where the x is. 3 times 6 minus 2 is 18 minus 2, which is 16. Notice that both of these turn out to be 16 degrees, and this is a cross-check. They are supposed to turn out to be equal. They are equal, and they're both 16 degrees. Example 2. The measure of an angle, the measure of the angle is x, is 2 times its complement. Its complement we're going to call 90 minus x. The measure of the angle x is, that's where the equal mark goes, 2 times. Times means multiply, its complement. Now I'm going to have to put the 90 minus x in parentheses. So I'll have the measure of the angle x is equal to 2 times 90 minus x. So I'll have x is equal to, I'm going to have to distribute the 90. 2 times 90 is 180 minus 2 times x is 2x. And then I want the x's on the same side, so I'm going to add the 2x to both sides. That will give me 3x is equal to 180. And if I divide by 3, I will have x is equal to 60. X is 60. Now that is one of the angles. One of the angles is 60 degrees. The second one is 90 minus 60, which would be 30 degrees. Now a good way to check your work is to add these back together and see if they equal to 90. Does 60 plus 30 equal to 90? Yes, it does. So I know that my answers are correct. Example 3. Twice the measure of an angle. Twice the measure of an angle. Twice means 2 times, and times means multiply. Twice the measure of an angle, and we're going to call the angle x, is equal to, that's where the equal mark goes, 6 less than its supplement. Now the supplement is 180 minus x. 6 less than is one of our special subtractions. Special subtractions, where we have to switch the order. So let's see if we can get it set up. 2 times the measure of an angle, 2 times x, is equal to 6 less than. That means we're going to subtract 6 from 180 minus x. So now I'm going to subtract the 6 off. So now I'll have 2x is equal to 180 minus 6 is 174 minus x. Now to get the x's on the same side, I can add x to both sides. Then I will have 3x is equal to 174. And if I divide by 3, I'll have x is equal to 58. So one of the angles is 58 degrees. The other angle is 180 minus 58, which would be 122 degrees. Now, if I have my answer correct, these two angles that I got from my answer should add back up and give us 180. Does 122 and 58 add back up and give us 180? It does. So we have checked it and we know that our answer is correct. I would like for you to do the homework on section 4.2 as well as the quiz on section 4.2. I will be joining you again for section 4.3. This is Jo Karen Hudson. Thank you and have a great day.